Good morning, everyone. Welcome on this Thursday, August the 22nd. Welcome to the meeting. And today we'll be talking about how to grow your business. Last week we had a session from our friends at Bank of America. Robert Guzman is our instructor today. And he is, I'll let him introduce himself in just a second. Robert is a VP at Bank of America and has been in banking for a long time. Last year, we did a workshop on how to get access to capital. If you're a small business, what do you need to look at? What should you be paying attention to? And if you missed that recording, you can contact either Yvette or me and get access to that recording. And this morning, we're going to talk about all the important things that you need to keep an eye on when you're trying to grow your business so that you're more bankable, so that you can access capital when you need it, and your business is thriving. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Robert Guzman. Robert, if you could just introduce yourself a little bit, and then we'll get going with the workshop.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Alika, for that. Like Alika had mentioned, my name is Robert Guzman. I am with Bank of America. First and foremost, just want to welcome everyone today, say good morning. I've been with Bank of America in this role for about 10 years now, and I've been in the banking industry for 18. So over those years, I've had a privilege of working with a lot of different types of businesses, all different types of sizes, all different types of industries. And one of the main things that we really wanted to highlight here today is that launching your business is just the first step of many that you're going to be taking as a business owner. And going forward, you're just going to continuously need to manage multiple aspects of your business so that you're going to continue to grow and you can achieve sustainable financial success. So in today's series, this is part 2 of our financial wellness series. The first one that we did go over, like I think I had mentioned, was access to capital. And during that meeting, we discussed loan options that were available to business owners. We also talked about how to determine which loans were best for your specific needs, what lenders are going to be looking for when determining your request for credit, and what type of financial documents lenders will require when acquiring or looking to seek business lending. And today, what we're going to be going over is what steps are necessary to manage your business finances and help you grow your business going forward. We're going to look at how to borrow money, how to build business credit, and why it's prudent to separate your personal and your business finances, as well as some of the most common mistakes that small business owners make, and what we can do to avoid those. So let me go ahead and start the slide here, Alika. I might need your help, but let's see. Okay.
If you should just go to share screen and open up your window. If you're not able to, then I can do it. Perfect. We got it.
All right. Let's see. Is it maximized the way you wanted it to see?
Yes, it's good.
Okay.
It's good.
All right, perfect.
You just hit enter, it'll go forward.
So like I mentioned, that this is what we're going to be going over today, the managing business finances and some of the mistakes business owners make and what we can do to avoid those. Okay, so managing your business finances is very similar to managing your personal finances. So you don't really need to be an expert or an accountant, but you do need to be serious and diligent on the invested outcome to manage your business finances. some of the things that you should be doing on a regular basis and initially is first, you need to be able to create a budget that you can separate your business from your personal. And then what you really need to do after that is just really understand how to save for your business for any unexpected expenses. And then as well as that, you need to know how to manage that business debt. So today we're going to put each one of those components and topics together and really go into some context on how to really effectively run your small business. So first thing we'll do is we'll talk about budgeting for your business. Hard to do the two things at once.
Would you prefer that I do it?
Yeah. It's just because I have to go back and toggle screens. So
Okay, if you just unshare, okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stop sharing. You have
Okay.
the, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay, and I'm on slide 5. And slide 5, there you go. So slide 6.
Is this the slide you want, Robert?
Yeah, it's the same as the first one. So just go to the next one, the budgeting,
Okay.
so that we can get an idea of what it looks like. So when we're creating a budget, here we go. Yeah, this is what I want to go over. Thanks for doing that, Alika. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So creating a business budget it's really straightforward. This slide right here that we're looking at just really provides an example of what a budget should include. So in very basic, simple terms, it really has your operating income and your business expenses. And the reason why we're doing this, it's important for a lot of different reasons. The first one that is very pertinent to managing your business effectively is you have financial control. So what that means is a well-managed budget provides a real clear picture of the business's financial situation. So it's going to help you control your spending, avoid any necessary expenses, and it also ensures that funds are allocated efficiently to different departments or projects, keeping your spending in line with your revenue. Another reason why you really want to hone in on this is it helps you with your goal setting and achievement. So having a budget really serves as a financial plan to you as a business owner. So just make sure that it aligns with your business goals. It helps you ensure you're setting realistic financial targets and provides a roadmap to achieve them. And regularly monitoring the budget really allows businesses to track progress towards those goals and then course correct or make adjustments as needed. The third one benefit is really managing your cash flow. And cash flow is one of the most important things to a business owner. And effective budget management really helps ensure that the business has enough cash to cover its day-to-day operations and any unexpected expenses that may occur. It also helps in predicting your cash shortages, cash surpluses, allowing your business to really take a proactive measure to maintain that healthy cash flow. And then when you're looking at the budget, it also helps with your decision making. So what that does is just really provides valuable data to inform you on your day-to-day operations on how to make the most appropriate, effective decisions, whether it's deciding to invest in new equipment, hire additional staff, or just expand into new markets. So having that budget helps your business make informed choices on what financial resources are available. And then what it also does is just really helps mitigate and manage your risk. So having an effective budget, it helps identify potential financial risk, just highlighting some areas where businesses may be overspending or where some revenues may be meeting expectations, And by regularly looking at this and reviewing your budget, you can adjust accordingly. So you can just really mitigate any risk or avoid any financial crisis to your business so it doesn't impact you in the future. And then this is a real good gauge for your performance management. So the budget really acts as a benchmark against business's financial performance and how it's measured. So you can see and compare your results with your budgeted figures in your business plan. And this allows businesses to see how well they're performing, identify any areas of opportunity that need improvement, and then really see what areas are doing well to help you with the continued success of your business. So when you're looking at this, you can see that managing a budget is really crucial, and it helps really maintain the financial stability of your business, as well as making any informed decisions, achieving your business goals. And then what it really does is just really ensures your long-term success. So you have control and you have effective management of the business and what you need to do going forward. There's a lot of different software available to help you and assist you on effectively managing your business finances. If you want to go to the next slide, Alika. Yeah, see, these are some of the software tools out there that are available to you to help you effectively manage your budget. And leveraging accounting software really can serve a lot of different benefits and help you relieve a lot of stress, just because what they do is they help you record your budget a little bit better. They have a lot of automated tasks embedded into the software, so things get done for you easily. So it just saves you a lot of time. It helps you run the business more efficiently and more effectively. What it also does is it helps reduce any potential human error because there are processes in place to avoid those errors that we may do when we're doing this the old-fashioned way. And then it also assists with increasing the accuracy for any forecasting. So as you continue to grow your business, the forecasting is huge to help you with that. And as your business continues to grow, there's other programs available to you that you may need to outgrow, like the QuickBooks. There's different, more sophisticated software available, and those are programs such as Peachtree, Oracle, NetSuite, that have more robust programs embedded into them to help you budget more accordingly based on the annual revenue, the size of the business, how many employees you have, and what in particular expenses and revenue you're generating. And at some point, as your business continues to grow, you may even consider outsourcing this function to an accountant or a CFO to really help you ensure that you're accurately recording any business accounting, so you are on top of your budget here. And the second step in managing your business finances is the ability to start saving money for your business. And then you want to go to the next slide, Alika? Okay. And then just go ahead and go to the next one. That's just, yeah, there you go. So yeah, okay. So having a buffer in regards to the saving piece of it is very good, especially during lean times or in case of any emergencies. It's very important that you really budget for those unexpected expenses. So just as when you think of it as your personal life, you want to make sure you have that same cushion for your business. The question that really needs to be asked when you're looking at this is, how do you cover any expenditures when income is delayed? Because as you all know, as a business owner, there's different terms on repayment that may affect how efficient you are with your cash flow process. So as the movement of money occurs into your business and out of your business, that's what the industry refers to as cash flow. So it's vital to know whether you have a soft spot in your cash flow and what you're doing to plan, or if you're experiencing any non-payment of invoices, if you're losing clients, and then if there's any declines in seasonality, it's something you definitely need to be aware of when you're looking at cash flow management. And if you don't have a business line of credit to cover these expenses, this is where the savings piece comes into hand. So the cash on hand that you have will act as a buffer in those instances. And it ensures that you can still continue to pay your suppliers, you can still continue to pay your staff. So everyone gets paid and the business still operates normal. So you don't experience any fluctuations in business as usual. And another reason that you really want to save for the future is you might come across a large purchase that you may need to run your business more effectively. You also may need to upgrade any technology, any equipment. So if you're repeatedly dipping into that income buffer, that could be a very significant problem. So some of the items that you'll need to examine if you see that's a reoccurring instance in your business is take a look at that business budget that you planned and see where your expenses are and how we can kind of decrease some of those expenses, what we're doing to really generate revenue or income for the business, what we can do differently. And then you also might want to review some of the payment policies that you have for your accounts payable and your accounts receivable. So the next thing, the third final money management tip is to really how to effectively manage your debt. And then if you want to go to the next one, there we go, managing debt, and then the next one, there you go. Perfect, thank you. So you're managing your business finances. So your business is really subject to the same debt, pros and cons as your personal life. So some debt that might be worthwhile investment for future growth, while others are just like high credit card balances that you can pay only the minimum every month. So doing that can be really debilitating to your business. So just be very cautious when it comes to taking on any debt or any additional business debt. So as a business owner, it's very important that you understand the impact of taking on business debt and what it means to you and what it means to the business. So as a business owner, when you're looking at accumulating any business debt, some things to keep in mind are you need to borrow with care. The reason I say that is just because any business debt you incur, you may be liable for that debt on the personal side. So just be very cautious of the borrowing needs and only borrow for specific needs, specific equipment, or working capital, so you don't overextend yourself. And then when you're doing the loan or acquiring business financing, some things that you really want to take a look at is you really want to understand the loan's terms, the interest rates on those loans, if they're variable, if they're fixed, and then what the repayment options are. If there's a balloon payment required on the loan, if there's any excess fees, you also want to look at and keep in mind. So before you sign any documents, just make sure you understand what you're getting into before you take on that debt. And then you also want to make sure you're reviewing your business budget so the business can support any additional debt, so you know and can plan for that monthly payment to come out, and your business income can support any additional obligations. So you must include that loan payment in your budget. And more importantly, when you're taking on this debt, you always want to seek the guidance of professionals that you trust, such as your accountants, CPAs, attorneys, business bankers that you're working closely with, and then also any trusted business partners. So they can provide additional resources and really give you additional information to help you manage that debt more effectively. Building business credit it also offers several benefits that significantly enhance a company's health and growth potential. So, you want to go to the next slide, Anika? Okay, perfect. Let's see. Okay, one more. Okay, yep. So this is at slide 12. Can you go one more back one? One more? Okay, perfect. So the first benefit of building business credit, it's going to really improve your financing options as a business owner. So having a strong business credit profile really makes it easier for you as a business owner to obtain any loans, any lines of credits, any other forms of financing that you're looking for, just because lenders are more apt to assist you with that request because you've managed your business finances favorably. And if you do that, you're going to receive more favorable terms on your loans, such as lower interest rates, higher credit limits, and then also more ability to borrow, so larger loan amounts. And then when you have business credit, it's also going to allow you to have better supplier terms. So with good business credit, you may be able to negotiate better terms with suppliers. So you'll be able to extend payment terms, or you may be able to receive discounts that can really improve your cash flow, and that's going to allow you more flexibility in managing your business operations. Another benefit of establishing or having business credit is just increases your credibility as a business owner. So a strong business credit score is just really going to enhance your company's reputation with vendors, suppliers, and partners. It just signals that your business is financially stable and reliable, and it can lead to more opportunities for your business and really stronger relationships in the lending world, in the business community. Business credit really also helps you as a business owner with growth and expansion opportunities. So when you're running your business and growing your business, most business owners really want to grow and expand their footprint, and having the business credit, it just makes it easier to access capital to help you grow your business and help you negotiate better rates. So a business that has strong credit, they can really invest in those growth opportunities. So you can do that by expanding your operations, launching new products, really entering new markets that you haven't really delved into before. And it'll also help you better prepare for emergencies. So having established business credit really can provide some financial safety in those times of needs. Like we had mentioned earlier, there's always going to be some unexpected events that may occur, emergencies. There may be times when clients don't pay you based off terms. So having the ability to borrow really helps you in those instances and can help you in any economic downturns or any unexpected expenses. And it just really helps you keep your business afloat so you stay successful. And building business credit is really strategic move that business owners really embrace, because there's things that really impact and hit home with business owners. What I'm hearing is it just really provides a lot of financial flexibility, credibility within the markets, and then those growth potentials that I mentioned earlier to help you with that. And one of the easiest, fastest ways to establish business credit is with a business credit card. And if you go to the next slide, Lika. Perfect. So business secured credit cards is really an easy way to start establishing business credit. And the way a secured card works is you're going to deposit an upfront dollar amount as collateral. So the lenders will use that cash to issue you a credit limit. And then you can't use that money though to make payments on your card. So it's just held in an account. And that's where the banks determine the limits for that. And once you show that you've used the card responsibly, you're making your payments on time, this is one of the fastest ways to really build and start business credit because it establishes credit history and it really demonstrates to the lender that you're a good credit risk. The activity on the card is reported to major credit bureaus, and that's important because the payment history is one of the most significant items or factors in determining your credit score. It's responsible for 35% of your credit score. So having that good credit score is just going to really help you apply for loans in the future. And there's going to be some times where this particular product isn't sufficient as your business continues to grow. So the business credit card may not be sufficient. So that's where borrowing money could be an option. And there's a lot of different options we can help you with. Any lender, they're going to want to know. If you can go to the next slide, Alika. Perfect. Yeah, they're really going to want to know some information about you and your business to help you make any decisions to decision any borrowing opportunities that you're interested in. So along with your financials, lenders are going to require another key item that I want everyone to know is having an effective business plan is really important because this document really shows that you have a well thought out process and strategy on how you're going to achieve your long-term growth with your business, and then addressing any or mitigating any risk that are associated with your line of business, your industry that you may foresee. And it really shows lenders that you have a handle on how you're going to grow, what markets you're going to grow into, and you really understand the nuances of your business. So that's something that lenders may look at or may request in the future. So just be prepared and understand the importance of that particular document. A lot of business owners may not have that readily available. So I encourage you to take a look at it and see what's going on. And you can always adjust your business plan accordingly as you continue to grow, or if you want to do different things within that business. One of the things is a lot of business owners may not understand or realize is that your personal credit really affects your ability to borrow from the business and how much money you can receive. So you always want to make sure you have an understanding of where your personal debt is, any issues that are on your personal credit, and requesting that credit report so you understand if there's any action that needs to be taken and addressed before you go to a lender and ask or request money or capital for your business. So the payment history on business cards can really have an impact. The payment history on your personal credit really has an impact on that. So I want to make sure everyone understands that your payments should be made on a timely manner. Make sure you're really paying above your minimums. And then the importance of understanding why you may need to borrow money for your business. A lot of businesses may not see the importance or the value in it, especially if they have a lot of cash on hand, but really leveraging debt can be a tax advantage that may be able to help you grow sustainably in the future. And in order for you to do that, having an effective budget, making sure your financial statements are in order, and your financial future is really set up so you can ask for capital in the need of that instance. So when you may need to borrow money for a lot of different types of reasons. Some of them is you may not have the cash available. You may want just a line of credit to handle those unexpected expenses. Perhaps maybe you want to expand or make a large purchase, such as commercial real estate, or you want to buy company vehicles. So you may want to address any unplanned or seasonal downturns. If your business is seasonal, be aware of how a business line of credit can help you do that. So there's several ways to borrow money for your business. We're going to take a look at some of those ways. The first one is a business line of credit. If you want to go to the next one, Malika. Okay, so yeah, a business line of credit. So one more back. There you go. Yeah. So on the business line of credit, a couple of things that I really want to highlight here and the importance of having it and why you'd want it. The line of credit is just a really flexible way to provide you with capital in case of emergencies or unforeseen expenses. And what it also does is just really supports the growth of your business. So if you need any short-term lending to help you with hiring employees or some small equipment, it'll really help you with that. It really enhances your cash flow management with a line of credit. So leveraging the lender's money instead of your own really helps because the cash on hand is very important when borrowing money. Lenders look at the liquidity that you have on the personal side and on the business side. And the longer you can keep and retain your own funds is very important. So leveraging this line of credit just really helps you effectively manage your cash flow in a better, more effective way. And the line of credit, like I mentioned earlier, just really offers a safety net. So if there's any unforeseen expenses that occur, seasonality, the line of credit is going to be able to offset some of that risk. And having the line of credit is just really a proactive way to ensure that you have the working capital you need to manage those seasonal fluctuations with cash. And then it also offers a lot better interest rates than business credit cards, secured or unsecured. But some of the things that I want everyone to be aware of when considering the line of credit is some of the setbacks or other things that may be a factor not to get a line of credit is lines of credits usually have an annual fee assessed to it, even if you're not accessing the line of credit. So that may be a deterrent for a lot of business owners just because of that annual fee. The other thing is interest rates on lines of credits are variable. So whatever prime rate is doing, that's what most lines of credits are based off. That's where your rate can go up or it can go down. So a lot of clients may not be interested in the variability of that interest rate going up or down. And then another deterrent may be some lenders usually ask for financials annually just to see if the business can continue to support that line of credit debt. So you're going to consistently have to provide balance sheet, income statements, maybe tax returns to the lender to keep the line open. Other lending options that are available besides the line of credit that I wanted to highlight here today are, if you can go to the next one, Anita. Perfect. Yeah, so there's traditional loans and non-traditional loans. So the traditional business loans, most people are aware of. The non-traditional loans, a lot of business owners may not know what's out there. So one of the non-traditional business loans are microloans. And what microloans are, it's just another non-traditional loan options. They're smaller, more easily obtainable because they're shorter terms. They usually have lower interest rates. There's lower borrowing amounts. And typically these microloans are more relaxed in the guidelines on how to be approved for business lending. So on the microloans, the lending decisions, they're not solely based on credit score or bank balances. They usually take other things into consideration. So they look at the bigger picture. So your experience, so that's where your business plan comes into play, your resume, make sure that's up to date. They also look at the passion that you have in the industry, any opportunities that are not being really serviced is also taken into consideration when lenders are approving microloans. So the microloans can also be a really good source of working capital to help you with any inventory, any supplies that you're looking for, furniture, machinery, equipment. So that's a alternative source that a lot of business owners aren't aware of. And there's a lot of lenders that have the ability to help you with that. Another option is small business administration loans, also known as SBA. It's another good resources when looking for loan options. It's really provides a guarantee to the lender that if the borrower defaults on the loan, the SBA will pay it off or a portion of it. So lenders are more likely to approve this type of loan just because the risk isn't as great as compared to any conventional lending. Another option that's available is called CDFI, and those are community development financial institutions. That's another non-traditional way to obtain financing through different means. And then if you want to go to the next one. The next, let's see. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, so a little bit about CDFIs. They were created by Congress to develop community development banking in certain areas or certain industries, or help or assist certain types of consumers and business owners that are out there. And because the CDFIs, they obtain their funding through U.S. Treasury grants, other businesses and private sources. They offer lower interest rates, and they're easily more accessible, or they have lower qualifiers to be approved. And banks and credit unions, micro lenders, venture capitalists, they all may have the ability to serve as a CDFI. And then the CDFI, they rely less on credit scores than financial institutions or normal banks or lenders do. And developing like long-term relationships with members of these communities or CDFIs really will stand out when it comes to lending to small businesses. They also really take a look at what type of business, who owns that business. So minorities might be taken into consideration. Women business owners are also taken into consideration when they're looking at CDFIs. And these loans are easily more approved, but the dollar amounts are a little bit lower. So that makes the guidelines just a little bit more relaxed than traditional business lending. So despite some of our best efforts and all the resources available to help you with the success of your business, there's going to be some times that we may fall a little short and we need a little help. So what I want to do now is just really kind of go over some reasons why businesses fail and kind of talk through what we can do to avoid those pitfalls or downfalls so you are successful with your business. Yeah, if you want to go to the next one. Okay, yeah, so there's really 6 common reasons as outlined by the National Federation of Independent Businesses why businesses fail. And we're going to go over those reasons and then some tips on how to avoid those. One of the biggest reasons small businesses fails because the business owner doesn't take time to plan and really assumes his or her passion will lead to their success. So just because you love something and you want to do it and you want to bring it out to the world and bring it out to the market, we got to make sure that we have a strategic plan on how we're going to bring that to market to ensure we're successful. So to be effective as a small business owner, you just really need to take time and inventory your personal financial state and then determine what the best time it is to start that business, because you don't want to get overextended and leverage your own cash and start your business, and there's really no plan in place to help you get on the right path and ensure you're successful. So we just really need to understand the difference between having an employee mindset and an entrepreneurial mindset, and accept that you may need to change your way of thinking and your thought process to be successful. And then, like I mentioned earlier, you really don't want to skimp on writing a comprehensive business plan, because in that, having that comprehensive business plan really keeps you in line on what you're trying to accomplish and how you're going to get there. So don't cheat yourself when you're presenting your plan to lenders. So you want to make it as strategic, as thorough, and giving as much information as possible. So when you go to a lender and you're seeking financing in yourself, you want to know things like who your competition is, what your market strategy is, what are your distribution channels, before starting that company. So you really want to have a holistic approach to your business, and not just saying, hey, I'm going to do it. You want to make sure that that passion is there, and you want to make sure you have that strategic planning in place on how you're going to get there. And once those two align, then you're going to grow and take off as you should. And then what you also want to do is you can't be overly optimistic with success. You got to prepare for any slowdowns, any fluctuations in markets. You got to understand what you're going to do and how you're going to react to any of those shortcomings. And if you have that really strategic plan in place, it's going to alleviate some of that stress you have on your business and your personal finances. And next slide, Alika. So some tips on how to avoid the shortcomings on lack of planning. You really want to self-reflect. So just make sure you're ready personally, professionally. You have the time, the availability, the resources, the know-how to really take that step to growing, owning, and expanding on your business. You also want to make sure you have that comprehensive business plan in place. So if you see yourself kind of sliding off the wayside, go back to your business plan, reevaluate, and make sure you're staying on track to ensure your success. And then you always want to make sure in that business plan you have some type of risk mitigation on the fluctuations in business. You're going to have downtime. You may have seasonality depending on your industry. So what's your plan when that happens? And so another reason why, or second reason, if you want to go to the next slide, Alika. There you go. The second reason why is lack of research. So small businesses fail because the lack of planning ahead. That's where that business plan comes into place. You can fail because you didn't do enough research on some of the industry risk. So keep that in mind when you're really starting to grow or expand or start your business. It's critical that you really understand the future state of the industry and your market. So what you really want to do is just investigate clients' needs, what demographics you're really going into, take a look at what your competition, if any, what they're doing, how they're being successful, what obstacles they're coming across, and then also look at what you're offering and what that price is compared to your competition. You also want to look at what's working for them, and then understand what's unique about you and your business. So what are you doing differently to set yourself apart from your competition? So by doing the proper research, you're going to ensure your success. And then you also want to do that is really speaking to other people, speaking to clients, speaking to clients that you really want to serve, and gathering all this data from those reliable sources is just really going to give you a handle on demographics. It'll give you a handle on what trends to expect, any seasonalities that are involved. and then also just really ensures that you have a grasp on how to be successful, and then what not to do from your competition by talking to these individuals. And some tips that you really want to do to avoid this instance, for lack of research, is just really understand. If you want to go to the next slide. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you really want to understand the industry and those trends. What are they doing? How they're being successful? What's really working for them? What's not working for them? Conduct comprehensive or competitive analysis as far as price point goes, what you're offering, what they're offering, what those price points look like, and then really what sets yourself apart. And then once you have that, just really understanding what your clients prefer, what they want, what they're needing, what's missing out there in the market, and really address those when you uncover those opportunities. The third reason is, there we go. Yeah, so third reason is not getting support. So many business owners feel that they're in this alone. So when they start their business, they really don't have a big support system with professionals that can help them. And this is a big misstep that you may make when you're looking at growing your business. So some of the most successful business owners really know what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, and then really surround themselves with people that complement any skills that they have, or really complement skills or attributes that they don't have. So just really being strategic with your partnerships and understanding who you are and what your business is, and adjust accordingly. So some of the things you really want to do is just make sure you have an advisory board. So that may sound like a big deal, but all it is just really having experts available to you to help you, like accountants, lawyers, business bankers, other entrepreneurs. One thing I highly encourage you to do is really join social media groups or networking groups, so you can really understand the community, what areas of opportunity they're having, what areas of opportunity that you may see a niche for, and how you can really address that. You can go on Facebook groups and other networking or social media groups that you can see that could be helpful to your small business and really give you some insight on how to find like-minded people in your area. And you also want to maintain these networking groups to help you collaborate and stay in contact with them, to ensure that you're caught up on any day-to-day changes in the industry, any day-to-day changes in operations, and stay connected, frequent, and often. So not only are you running your business, but you're also staying connected with networking groups and social media groups. So you're always staying on top of any changes in technology or anything that's pertinent to you in your business. So you have a pulse on what's changing or what's staying the same. Then there's a lot of resources out there besides social media groups. Bank of America has, as an example, a small business community website. And in that website, there's a wealth of information in there where it can help you and point you in directions of industry groups, industry trends. And that way you'll always have a wealth of information to help you stay successful in managing your business and ensuring you have the support, the resources to make sure your business is continuing to grow and run successfully. Some of the tips that really want to highlight just based off of that is build an advisory board. And what that means is, like I said, is just have a group of like-minded individuals, a group of professionals that's going to help you anytime you need it. So be vulnerable, be able to ask for assistance, and you'll be surprised most people are always willing to help. Especially if you're involved in these networking groups and you're constantly in communication with them. That's going to speak volumes, and it's really going to help you ensure that you're successful in the growth of your business. Joining social media groups that are related to community or to your business. Like I mentioned earlier, stay in contact with networking groups. and then seek support online through one of the channels, the Bank of America Small Business Community, or any other online support that you see out there that can help you and be beneficial to you. So you're always aware of information related to you and your industry. So you're the subject matter expert in your field, and clients are more apt to go to you because they know that you're a trusted advisor and you'll have a long-term client. Another reason businesses fail is, there you go, is the insufficient funds. So what that means is really understanding your numbers, and it's going back to that balance sheet and how to manage your expenses and your revenue. So you always want to ensure that you regularly check the health of your business. So reviewing those financial statements, reviewing any income forecasts, balance sheets, your cash flow projections. This should be done on a regular basis, and it should be a habit. And the more often you do it, the more habit forming that becomes. So you really understand what your cash flow looks like. So you're not caught by surprise and not having enough capital on hand to achieve or pay staff or grow the business. When some things to look at to help you avoid running out of money is just really overestimating your expenses. So it's easy to have some unrealistic expectations about cost and sustainability and what to expect and what not to expect, but always be diligent about that saving piece. So if you overestimate expenses, then you're ensured that you'll always have extra capital or cash on hand to help you support those times of uncertainty and avoid this reason here. One thing that you'd want to do as well is just make sure you set up automatic transfers into some type of saving vehicle, whether it be an investment account, whether it be a sweep account, whether it be accounts that earn more interest rate, money market accounts, CDs. That way you ensure that you're staying really consistent in that behavior. So it's going to help you if there is any unexpected expenses or downturns. You've been saving diligently, so you have the ability to help you in those times of needs. So you also want to just make sure you take advantage of those types of accounts, and you're really leveraging it and then maximizing those rates of return. So talk to your business bankers, talk to your investment advisors, just to see what other types of accounts are out there that are going to earn you higher rates of returns instead of just a regular savings account where it really doesn't earn anything. Make sure you know all of the resources available to help you save more efficiently and effectively, and help you ensure that you get the maximize your rate of return on the monies that you are saving. And that'll really help you make sure you're staying on time and you're staying on task with your budget. Also make sure that you're really preparing for your quarterly tax payments. And having that money set aside helps with any late fees or penalties that may occur because you're not paying your suppliers on time, you're paying Uncle Sam on time. So just make sure that's important to continuously, you have the ability to do that, to save funds to help you in those instances. Some tips to help you with that is, first and foremost, just overestimate your expenses. So you're not undercutting yourself. Set up those automatic savings accounts that we talked about. Make sure you're not paying any fees on any type of checking accounts, or if there are fees because you have a little bit more robust types of accounts where you're on analysis accounts or things like that, what you can do to offset some of those fees or some of those costs that allows you to put more money back into your savings account. And then another thing is just make sure you're making your quarterly tax payments instead of annual. It helps out in the long run. And then another reason why businesses fail is, I go to the next one. There you go. Loan mistakes. So now you're running your business, you're up and running, you're doing fantastic, and you decide to take out some lending, acquire capital to help you with the growth, whether it be commercial lending, lines of credits, equipment. A lot of business owners may not get into the right types of loan based on their specific need. So before you do that, before you take any type of loan, you really want to make sure you understand the interest rate, the terms, any fees that you're going to be assessed for this particular loan product, and then make sure we're budgeting those payments accordingly. So remember, having a good credit score just really helps secure business lending at lower interest rates. So before you take out any loans, you just want to make sure you understand your personal credit, you understand your business credit, and then you borrow to your need. And what I mean by that is if you need a piece of equipment, you borrow money to purchase that piece of equipment, not a working capital loan where you take out more than you actually need, because it may put you in a worse situation when it comes to acquiring capital. And you always want to make sure you really investigate any and all options. So if you are looking to seek financing through a lender, make sure you talk to a couple different lenders so you can compare and contrast the benefits of each, what fees are being assessed. That way you can ensure that you're getting the best deal at the end of the day, and that'll help really manage your cash flow so you're not paying excessive fees or monthly payments that you don't have to. And then most importantly, you really want to seek help from professionals. So your business bankers, your CPAs, your attorneys, and they can really offer several different options that's going to help you put you in the right type of loan. So you're not overextending yourself based off of those specific business needs. Some tips to really help avoid your loan mistakes is understanding your fees and just budgeting accordingly. You also want to maintain your good credit. So that's very, very important on the personal side and on the business side. Don't overextend yourself, and then go back to your advisory board, not only to help you with research and resources, but ensure that you go to your advisory board and ask them what you're thinking or what you're considering when it comes to borrowing for the business. It's really going to help you and give you advice that you're going to need to put you in the best situation. And next reason is cash flow. So businesses may, throughout the life cycle of your business, lose focus on the most important thing, and that's cash flow. And cash flow isn't really how much money you make or how much you're worth. It's really managing the incoming flow of cash, and then how easily accessible it is to leverage that cash to your benefit. So it's very, very important you have that constant cash flow, inflow of money, and outflow of money, and really understanding how to leverage that cash flow cycle at any given time. So you're holding on to your money longer, to gain more interest, to really show that you have the liquidity, and then seeing if you can really ask suppliers to extend terms so you can pay a little bit longer. So just really keep that in mind when negotiating terms from clients and from borrowers and suppliers. And the managing cash flow is really one of the most important things when you're looking at your record keeping. So a couple of things I want to highlight is just be really, really diligent with the money coming in. Make sure you're invoicing your customers promptly, and if they're not paying based off of those terms that you negotiated with them or paying late, just really make sure you have a process in place to manage that process there. And then you also
Robert,
Yes.
It's 10 o'clock, so
Oh
we
my goodness.
yeah, time's
Talking
slow.
too much.
So
Yeah.
I just want to like give you a heads up. So
Mm.
and maybe people would be willing to stick on for a few more minutes while you finish up. Yes?
Yeah, I have a couple more slides and then we'll just
Okay, great. Thanks.
perfect. Well, thanks for the reminder. I looked down and said 10:01. I was like, oh, I'm in trouble. I think he's gonna yell at me. I'm just kidding.
No
No.
worries, no worries.
No, so that's going into cash flow. Some tips to really avoid um the cash flow reason for the business failing. Just make sure you're staying on top of your record keeping. You're really managing, or you have a process in place to manage your expense. You're reviewing your debt schedule, your loan payment strategy. You really have a plan in place for saving money and putting money aside. And then you're also not overpaying on your taxes, on your insurance, just really making sure you have a handle on all those expenses and you're paying accordingly. Um, there we go. So key takeaways, we're almost done here. So key takeaways, I just want everyone to really get from this session here today is just really helping you and seeing the importance of really managing your business finances. Also, the importance of establishing and utilizing business credit to leverage your money and keep it longer, and leverage business credit to help you grow your business. Also, why most businesses fail, talk about some of the mistakes that they're making, and then just really understand the tips and how to avoid those risks so you don't make the same mistakes, so your business continues to flourish and do well. And at this time, I'm ready to wrap things up here, and I'm just thankful for the time, and I thank everyone for sharing this hour with me, and just want to turn it over to Alika for closing statements. Then if anyone has any questions, just please feel free to ask.
I'm going to open it up to questions. So anybody who wants to stay and ask questions, feel free. It's open. Would anybody like to ask any questions? Sean, Lady Ebony? No. Looks like there are no questions at this time.
Okay.
So we will I'm going to stop the recording here.
Okay.